Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in today's podcast. We are asking the question, what is saving money for? Why do it? Why bother? And that's what we're going to be answering today. So strap in. It's going to be a quick one. And we're going to try to make it very, very useful for you to help build a bit of a philosophy around money. And so you may be asking yourself, you obviously know about saving money. You've probably heard people like me talk about it all the time. Save your money. Don't buy this. Don't buy that. Save your money, etc., etc. But why? I feel like sometimes we always tell people save your money, but we don't necessarily really hone in on the why. Why do we save my money? Like why I want to live now. I want to have a Gucci belt now. I want to have chrome rims on my car now. I want a big screen TV now. I want a gaming PC now. I want an Xbox Series X right now. I want a nice apartment now, etc., etc. Like why do I need to save my money, especially when I want to live now? And so, very good question. And it's important to preface all of this is that everyone's life looks a little bit different. And your money saving needs are not going to be exactly what other people need. So I am not here to sort of input a specific number on you and tell you that if you don't do this, then you're gonna fail and you're not gonna have fun or et cetera, et cetera. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to encourage you to do self-assessment and figure out what is best for you. Can we be brutally honest with each other right now? After 2020, where a lot of people lost their jobs, I think there are a lot of people now who are wishing that they saved their money. And a lot of us are kind of waking up and realize, hey, saving money is actually really, really good. Maybe I shouldn't have spent $3,000 on chrome rims for my 2004 Infinity. You know, maybe I shouldn't have bought a brand new TV when the one I had was working just fine. Maybe I didn't really need that $3,000 gaming PC. There's a lot of people like asking themselves that question. I think saving money is really in the forefront of our mind now. So let's start with the obvious reason is safety. A safety net. I think 2020 taught us all that living paycheck to paycheck isn't necessarily the safest thing, especially when, things like 2020 can happen, especially when they've been demonstrated to happen. And so a lot of people were really, really caught off guard. And so I think this is a turning point for a lot of people when they realize, okay, paycheck to paycheck isn't necessarily the best idea. And so that's the first one is safety net. I know it's not fun to not have the coolest things now, but it's also not fun to be left hung out to dry either. And so again, this is about balance. I'm not saying that you need to take 50% of your paycheck and throw it away and eat ramen noodles every day. That's not necessarily the point. Although that is a great way to save money. Not necessarily healthy though. But the point is that you need to figure out what's right for you, right? Maybe eating out a little bit less or something like that, just so you have a bit of a safety net. That way, if 2021 or 2022 gets worse, it's not the end of the world for you. There's a lot of people really struggling, and I think that a safety net is really a good thing to start with. And so that's the number one. That's the first reason as to why save money is that you can have the peace of mind and less anxiety when it comes to the um, the unpredictability of life. And the second really important one, for those of us who are ambitious and want to have something more, is investing and starting small businesses. Reason you save money, honestly, it's not to keep it in the bank. You should keep a little in the bank, but as we talked about earlier today, we want to invest it in something that will make more money. We don't want to just stay poor our whole lives. We don't want to have to scrape by our whole lives. We want to invest and make returns on those investments so that we can have more money in the future and we don't have to be fearful and we can live the lifestyles that we want. Sacrifice now for gain later, basically. And good gain. We're talking about like some serious freedom here that can lead to peace of mind and lack of anxiety, etc., etc. Especially if you have a passion that you want to turn into a business, having money saved up that you can fund your business with will go a long way to actually you getting your dream job and making your passion into your business or traveling. If you want to take your family on a nice vacation, having money in the bank or invested will help you do that. So there's a lot of freedom in that, and especially for those of us who want to grow and increase our wealth and build businesses. Investing money or saving money will definitely empower you to do that. So that's another reason why. And I think basically it also comes down to flexibility. When you don't have to, worry so much about making paying rent with next week's paycheck, you have the options to maybe take a week off of work, or if you need to go see a family member, you can do that without worrying about having the negative impact of not working for a few days. You know what I mean? There's more flexibility there. If you want to travel for a month, you can. And so you can have that flexibility and peace of mind, and that ties right into also having a safety net. And once you get past the safety net, you can move into flexibility, which gives you more freedom to live the life that you want to live. And I think that's really, really important. So that's one of the reasons why saving money, putting off the material things, like you don't need to buy the fanciest clothes or the coolest cars. Those things are nice, but I would simply argue or submit to you that having the flexibility to do what you want without too much anxiety or stress will be a lot more beneficial in the long run. But again, everyone's different. You get to decide what you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do or anything. If you really, really feel that having the latest Gucci belt is worth it to you and that's where your values are and it makes perfect sense to you to have $3,000 rims on your car and you're okay with living paycheck to paycheck because hey man, like, well, I'm not here to tell you what to do, just giving you something to think about. If that's all you want, cool. Hey, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But if you don't like the idea of living paycheck to paycheck, if you don't like the stress and anxiety that comes with it, well then hey, you can change. You can change it, and you have the power to make it different. You will have to make some sacrifices, like not wearing the latest clothes or having the nicest cars for a little bit at least, until you get to the last one we're going to talk about, which is improved lifestyle. One of the biggest reasons to save money and invest is that sooner or later those investments will make you enough money so that you can just live the lifestyle that you want. You can wear Gucci if you want to because you saved up enough money that's now generating you enough income so that, it doesn't matter if you drive a Porsche. You can afford it. Doesn't matter if you wear Gucci, you can afford it. And so ultimately, we do sacrifice some things now for the freedom to have those things without stress and anxiety later on. And so, yeah, you can have Gucci belts and a cool car now, but that might come with the stress and anxiety of living paycheck to paycheck and wondering if you can pay your bills on time. Or you can sacrifice those things now, make an investment, build a business, and build something that could generate you more and more money. And then you can have all of those things later without the anxiety and stress because you'll have enough money to afford it and be like, hey, no big deal. And so, yeah, I'm not saying any of those things are bad. I'm just saying that you can sacrifice them now for peace of mind in the future. And that's really one of the main reasons why I save money is I want my future self to thank me for making the sacrifices I make today. And so if that sounds like you, then I encourage you to get to it. Just write out all of your expenses and find one thing that you didn't need to purchase and then don't purchase it again. And start there. And eventually you'll grow more in tune with yourself, you'll become more self-aware, and you'll know and you'll develop a saving plan that is right for you. And I encourage all of you to do that, obviously. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this and you want to have more, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel where I post these and find me on social media at John McElvey. Thank you so much for being here. I love and appreciate all you guys who are listening and hope you all have an amazing day.